Welcome to Tabletop Gaming Guild. Today we'll be unboxing Brazil Imperial, designed by Z Mendez and published by Meeple BR. Now this claims to be a 4X civilization builder. There's definitely been a lot of games that have claimed to do that and do that well, but this one at least seems to be pretty well regarded, so we'll see. Rulebook looks pretty well laid out. It's really well designed to make it easy to read, and it's not terribly long considering the genre. Okay, so we get a reference book of the history behind the game, which is cool. Genius Games love to do that for their science games, and that's great for families. Punch boards are nice thickness. They're decent sized pieces, so it should be pretty easy to keep track of where everything is. I have actually played 4X games where some of the players have pulled out magnifying glasses, so it's good to see that shouldn't be necessary in this game. And these are the player boards, and it looks like it plays up to 4 players. And then we got some map tiles, and you're clearly not going to accidentally tear some of these tiles when you pull these out. But then again, that's much more common in older titles. And we got some score sheets, which tells me that it's going to be a slightly involved scoring, but that's to be expected from this type of game. They give you pretty chunky pieces for each player. Some interesting designs here. And there's a lot of different pieces for each faction. And I'm looking it up, and it looks like the different factions are also going to have different unique pieces, different quantities, and they apparently make up palaces, mansions, and military units. There's quite a lot of them, so I don't think we need to necessarily look at each individual piece. But even the generic supply components look interesting. All the unique pieces are probably why the price point's a little higher, but it's not terribly high. It looks like it goes typically around $50, but I have found some copies cheaper. I like the backs of these cards, but the front, something just looks a little off about the way the people are displayed. Something about their faces just looks a little unnatural to me, but I can't put my finger on it, and it could just be me. But other than that, the art is really colorful. It really draws your attention. It is gonna have a decent table presence once I get it out. Okay, it looks like this game is played in 3 ages, which is pretty much par for the course for any civilization game. There's a little bit of symbology on these cards, but it looks pretty straightforward. There isn't a lot of text on these cards. Anything in script, you don't have to worry about that. It's just flavor text, and it looks like the rest of the text is a little bit small, but all it's doing is explaining the symbology, so once you've learned the symbology, I'm hoping you never have to worry about trying to read that. And finally, we have the combat cards, which, with my play group, it'll probably be the focus of the game, even if it's not intended to. Well, that's all the components for Brazil Imperial. Looks pretty interesting, definitely on the moderately heavy Euro game end. I do like that there isn't a map per se, so that hopefully means it's got a good exploration element. Does seem like each faction will play differently, and play time is supposed to be about 100 minutes for a 4X. That's not terribly long, but not so short that it's probably not really going to be a 4X. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to check us out on other social media such as Instagram and Facebook, and don't forget to like and subscribe.